Welcome to Stallion TV from Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. I'm Megan Kling.
And I'm James Jackson. Thanks for joining us.
Celebrating Black History Month, ABAC held a program celebrating African American culture through music. Here's Matthew Reed with that story.
Last week, ABAC invited Jonathan Blanchard and the usual suspects to perform songs that fueled the civil rights movement. The event kicked off campus Black History Month activities.
Well, you know, every form of music comes from a time period. And you could even say that the music is the soundtrack to different time periods, particularly in American history. All these musics coming out of some form of oppression or some form of downtroddenness. So when we go to different places and perform, we are educating. It gives us an opportunity to talk about the history as well as entertaining.
Blanchard believes music is the best medium for having these important conversations.
The music itself breaks down so many barriers till people are at least willing to listen. And then some of the things that we talk about, people are familiar with, but may not know the detail or may not know the backstory.
For Blanchard, it's easy to determine if the event was a success.
If the music moves the people, if the people learn something, if I'm able to learn something, then it is a success. Yeah.
Thanks, Matt. That event kicked off Black History Month celebrations here at ABAC. We'll have more on what we're offering later in the show.
Reporter Rachel France visited the Beef Unit to learn more about ABAC's unique program.
At the ABAC Beef Unit, a unique approach to learning utilizes hands-on experience that prepares students for a successful career in the world of agriculture. The interactions with the cattle benefit both faculty and students alike. We spoke with Doug Hicks, Beef Unit Manager, on the importance of the learning process here at ABAC.
It's easier for a student to come and learn here, make any mistakes or learning experiences before they get out into the real world that will not, count against them or look negatively. They can gain more experience and take it with them to their jobs and careers. I enjoy seeing them grow.
Oh, I have learned lots of things, from how to move cattle properly to how to run a tractor, how much feed to put out for a specific amount of cattle, how to work the hydraulic chutes, how to brand. So that's really what I like about ABAC, in that you can have hands-on on the farm.
Yeah, and to add on with the hands-on experiences I've had here, it really helped make me proficient. This past summer, I was lucky enough to be selected to be a summer intern at Black Gold Ranch and Feedlot with the main ranch in Astoria, Illinois. The technologies we use here really help make me a better intern than some of those he's had in the past. My experiences here definitely helped out with that.
Thank you, Rachel. For more information on the program, you can contact Doug Hicks in the School of Agriculture.
The Pegasus Literary Magazine's open mic night was held in a new venue. Here's Grace Holland with the story.
We're here at Ground Floral as Pegasus hosts the first open mic night of the spring semester. The Pegasus Literary Magazine's monthly event hosted a variety of talents.
Body broken down, weak and tired, sprouting purple orbs, so unexpected like ornamental cauliflower in the winter.
Past and present students, along with members of the community, gathered together to share works of their own and the works of others. This was the first time that open mic night has been held at Ground Floral. The shop offered a unique atmosphere for performers. Kevin Sackenheim, the owner of Ground Floral, was asked about the prospect of hosting future events.
Oh, yes, most definitely. I would really love to have more functions like this, more activities like this in the shop.
Pegasus Literary Magazine was pleased with the success of January 29th's open mic night.
I thought it went fantastic. I counted over 40 people. There were lots of community members here and lots of, ABAC people here, and I like to see that mix.
As the semester continues, Pegasus hopes the event will continue to grow. For Stallion TV, I'm Grace Holland.
Thanks, Grace. The open mic night is open to anyone who wants to play or perform, and it's on the second Thursday of every month.
Pegasus Literacy magazine is currently accepting submissions for its next issue. If you're a poet, writer, or photographer, consider sending in your works. The Stallion's Alfredo Munoz has the details.
Hello everybody, I'm Alfredo Munoz reporting for The Stallion. The Pegasus Literary Magazine is a yearly publication that showcases the skills of local writers. This year I spoke with a couple of the staff members to give us more details about it.
Pegasus is the lesser known of the media branch here at ABAC. We're the literary magazine. I think we've been here about 43 years. Right now we're still, the deadline for submissions is February 27th. So we're still, waiting on all the submissions to roll in. It's usually the week before that we get everything. But once it hits that deadline, that's when everything starts moving.
For prose, we accept short stories, flash fiction, which is just a little snippet. It's shorter than short stories. Also nonfiction. We don't get a lot of nonfiction, so if we did, that'd be really great. We accept poetry. Also, art and photography. You can submit any form of art, really, as long as it's an image on a JPEG file.
Last semester, we officially became not only a print issue, but we are online as well. On the website, there is a tab named Submit. Scroll to the bottom of that page, and there's another button called Submit, and you click that, and it'll take you to Submittable. If you don't already have an account, you have to create one, then it asks you to put in your name, address, and email. And we do need a current email, because if we don't, then I can't contact you. And then after that, you put in your submission title, if you want one, or you can let it be named as unknown. And then you upload your file and then click Submit.
Keep in mind that the submission deadline will be February 26th. For more details, log on to ABAC and search the Pegasus Literary Magazine. Reporting for The Stallion, I'm Alfredo Munoz.
We've had twins and even triplets here at ABAC, but never once have we had quints. Here's Christian Estrada with the first quints at ABAC.
Good afternoon. I'm Christian Estrada reporting for Stallion TV. It has come to our attention that for the first time ever in ABAC history, we have 4 surviving quintuplets come to our school.
You guys being here today? ABAC's been around 107 years, and as far as we can tell, we've never had 4 brothers, all the same age, coming to this college at the same time. First question, why did Hunter, Ben, and Lou, why did y'all decide to come to ABAC?
Family's all you got, so you can't kick a little curve.
Well said. Family's all you got.
I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it if I had to go back and change it. I don't think there's many colleges that have 4 brothers same age going at the same time.
I'd say none.
I don't think there's many at all. ABAC's always been my first choice. I've always wanted to go to ABAC, and then just having them 3 here was like a plus, I guess.
Yeah. Sports?
I did. I played football and soccer from 9th grade to 10th grade. I mean, from 9th to senior year to when I graduated, and that's what I did. I played those sports. I wrestled in high school.
Okay.
And I also wrestled for a few years in high school too.
Okay.
Ben was our cheerleader.
I worked in high school. I worked at the nursery, and then I worked at a staffing agency. And
even though the brothers don't have the same majors or interests or looks, they all have the same favorite food, which is poppy seed chicken. Reporting from Stallion TV, I'm Christian Estrada.
Thank you, Christian. Maybe instead of fried chicken Thursday, they should change it to poppy seed chicken Thursday.
Ha ha. And when we come back, we'll have Carlos Lopes, PhD in economics, here to talk about the 2015 State of the Union address.
ABAC is college done right.
With caring and committed professors
who provide a quality education through hands-on learning.
Premier lakefront living.
On-campus dining with many options.
And it all comes at an affordable price.
Go to abac.edu and schedule your visit to see why ABAC is college done right.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back. Dr. Carlos Lopes was in the studio earlier this week with Megan Kling to talk about economic effects and ideas floating around the State of the Union address.
And yet we still live in a country where too many bright, striving Americans are priced out of the education they need. It's not fair to them, and it's sure not smart for our future. And that's why I'm sending this Congress a bold new plan to lower the cost of community college to zero.
Free college education. That sounds good, doesn't it? But what does that mean for our economy? We met with Dr. Lopes, PhD in economics, to talk about just that.
So, the way I want to look at it is, what's the impact on the higher education market? What we're going to see is, and I think the way that the President explained this in the State of the Union address is, we're going to provide funding for community colleges. Is that going to have an effect on research universities and other schools? Because what happens is a student is going to ask the question, I can go to, let's say, I can go to UGA or Emory or something like that, or I can go to a community college, and a community college is free. Is this going to change my decision? Is there going to be a crowd out? Our community college is going to crowd out the services provided by, that otherwise would be provided by, the research universities. And if that's the case, could it potentially have an effect on the quality of education? Another thing to think about is whenever you increase the demand for something, anyone that's had a basic economics class would look at that and say that's going to put upward pressure on prices. If you increase the number of customers of something, we've got to pull resources from somewhere to provide that product. The costs are generally going to rise. Student loan debt has become a significant problem in the United States, I think, for a lot of people. Students are taking on large amounts of debt, but especially in cases where some of these students are having trouble finding jobs after they graduate, they're still on the hook for the debt. The President's new proposal may provide, in providing access to education without attaching it to student loans, this may provide, a solution to part of that. And I remember as, a freshman on a tennis scholarship, I didn't do very well, right, because I wasn't the one paying for my college. Now, on the other hand, if I'm taking out loans that I know I have to repay, I have a higher incentive to take it seriously. So, attaching the payment, or actually the payment for the service, to the person receiving the benefit.
So for more news and opinions on this subject, you can pick up your latest issue of The Stallion. This has been Megan Kling with Stallion TV.
The ABAC Nursing School is exploring new technology that has changed the way people use healthcare. Here's reporter Matthew Reed on TeleHealth.
With help from Tift Regional, the ABAC School of Nursing became the first in the state to offer telehealth, a healthcare technology that is erasing the boundaries between people and quality service.
Really the neat part about this technology is, this is my favorite saying, it erases time and distance. It allows us to present a child, an adult, a patient to a physician that is 1 mile away or 100 miles away or on the other side of the world.
Robin says it only makes sense to offer this technology to ABAC nursing students.
This program is probably the first in the country who's incorporating this technology to their nursing program. So this is going to just give these nurses just hopefully a head start on this technology out there. This is a wonderful nursing program, and that is why we support it, because it does put out good nurses, and a lot of them become our nurses. So we want it to be the best program it can be.
Besides the obvious healthcare advantages, ABAC nursing instructor Tammy Carter sees telehealth as a valuable teaching tool.
If I'm trying to tell somebody to look at a tympanic membrane or an eardrum, and I show them in the textbook what it's going to look like, I can never really see that they're seeing what I want them to see. And with the technology with telehealth, I can show them in real life what an eardrum should look like. And they can see their own eardrum, and how many times can you really say that you've got to see your own eardrum?
The students of ABAC can also see changes to their healthcare access thanks to telehealth.
We can schedule appointments with their specialists through telehealth. The students could come to the ABAC Health Center. They can have whatever labs that physician has ordered. They can be drawn here. The results can be sent to that physician. The student could come at a pre-scheduled time that works with their class schedule so they're not missing class. And they can come be seen by their physician here in the health center via telehealth.
A full rollout of telehealth is expected in the coming weeks. For The Stallion, I'm Matthew Reed reporting.
Thanks, Matt. For more information on telehealth, please visit the Stallion YouTube website.
Next, we have Stanton Cochran, who caught up with students to survey them for how they see the food at Donaldson Dining Hall.
Hi, I'm Stanton Cochran, reporting for The Stallion, and we're here today at Donaldson Dining Hall asking students what they think about the food offered here at ABAC. In ABAC's Donaldson Dining Hall, hundreds of students and staff are served every day. They are able to choose from a salad bar, hot buffet line, pizza bar, and other options.
I think it's pretty good, all things considering. I mean, it's not mama's home cooking, but it is, it is what it is.
Today it wasn't really all that great. More chances than not. I mean, I always end up getting pizza, and pizza is definitely not healthy, so then most of the time I end up getting Pizza Hut, or I'll eat in a room or something like that. But most of the time, I only come for the atmosphere, really.
Well, I think a lot of the choices we have are actually pretty decent, especially compared to high school meals and things we had back in those days. A lot of the stuff gets a little bit repetitive. They have a lot of the same things every day or every week, and that sort of thing gets repetitive, but overall the food is very, very good in my opinion, I think so.
It's your decision on what you're going to eat. I mean, if you want to eat healthy, you eat healthy. If you want to eat junk food, you can eat junk food. I mean, they have all kinds of stuff.
Yes, sir, absolutely. They have the sub line and the saddle line. Certainly always a good choice for people trying to eat healthy, and water is in all of the machines, so definitely a possibility for healthier choices.
I think the food is just, it's good, but it's also, I believe that it's also got the healthy qualities for the student.
I wish we had, I love fried chicken Thursdays, but I wish we had more of a variety for soups and stuff like that. I think one of my favorite things if they did this would be chicken and dumplings, because I miss Mama's home cooking really bad.
Definitely choices, the amount of choices that we have, because it's you either get this, or this, or you end up getting pretty much nothing at all. So we definitely need more choices in a day.
I really wouldn't change nothing, because it's not too greasy, and it's not like anything you buy at McDonald's. I just think that the dining hall staff, they do a really good job with the food, and I think they just need to keep going with it.
So we want to thank everybody for their opinion. This has been Stanton Cochran, reporting for The Stallion.
Thanks, Stanton. I know I sure do enjoy the food at the dining hall.
When we come back, we'll be introducing ABAC to the newest face around campus who will be coaching on the baseball team.
I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate college.
I'm going to make a difference.
I knew I wanted to go to college, but I had no clue how to pay for it.
The U.S. Department of Education has over $100 billion to help students pay for college.
And the free application?
You mean the FAFSA? I did it online.
I'm going to find out how to pay for college.
I'm going to college.gov.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
Hi, I'm Jenna Maraska. If disaster strikes, you need a plan that includes your pets, and proper identification is critical. Who's a good girl? Huh? Microchip your pet and register the information. Keep a collar and ID tag on your pet at all times, and make sure to include a second phone number. For more tips, go to humanesociety.org/disaster. Make sure your pet is a survivor.
Welcome back. Reporter Colette Whittemore caught up with new baseball head coach Brandon Reeder to talk about the upcoming season.
Hi, I'm Colette Whittemore, reporting here for the Stallion, and today I'll be interviewing the new baseball coach and asking him what his expectations are for the new season.
Our goals this year are similar to last year's, to get into the conference tournament and give our guys a chance to reach a regional. That's something that they think and dream about all season, is getting into that conference tournament. They take the top 6 teams. I think that's an attainable goal, and that's what we're looking to do.
Are there any teams that the Stallions absolutely has to beat?
I would say Darton, just because they're so close and we recruit a lot of the same players. Georgia Perimeter, also, they're in our conference, and they're actually leaving our conference next year, so it'd be good to go out on top against them. And I think all the Florida schools we play early in the year would be really good to beat, because Georgia, Florida, it's always good to beat a team from the neighboring state.
What are you most excited about this season?
I would say we got a good mix of experience and then young guys, and it's good for those young guys to learn from the older guys, which is also going to build on the program for the future. When those young guys see the success you can have when all the hard work pays off, it'll definitely build on them and have them ready for next year also.
Is there anything you'd like to tell me about returning players or new players?
We got a lot of returners, especially on the infield. We got our entire infield's returning from last year. Our shortstop, Cole Janowski, was here actually 2 years ago. Our third baseman, Jacob Baxter, was here last year and did really well. And our second baseman, Cole Bruce, had a really good season. And our first baseman, Ryan Lawless, he's a really good player. He's going to hit in the middle of the order for us. Really good in the field also. With that being our strength, I think we can pitch a lot easier by throwing the contact and letting our defense work. Also in the outfield, we got a newcomer, Nick Higginbotham, in center. He's a really fast and exciting player to watch. He gets on base a lot. He steals a lot of bases. He had a really good fall for us, and he'll produce a lot at the top of the order. Another newcomer in the outfield, left fielder Caleb Slaughter. He's a really big guy, 6'4", 225 pounds, just really, really good player, got a lot of tools. When he figures out how to swing the bat, I think he's going to have a big year for us, and then in the years to come also. On the mound, Damian Fondren had a really good year last year, and he's back, and he's going to throw Friday for us, the first game of the year, so that'll be really exciting for him to come in front of the home fans and have a good sophomore year started out. He's a really, really good pitcher. He throws a lot of strikes and attacks the strike zone, which fits what we're looking for with our pitching staff. And then all the younger guys that pitch also really build off watching him throw, because they see how successful he can be by just throwing strikes, not doing too much. You don't have to throw 95 miles an hour to get outs in this league. As long as you throw strikes, then you'll have some success.
What do you think some of the strengths of the team are?
The defense especially. We put a lot of emphasis on our defensive work. Hopefully, if the bats come along, then we won't have to rely as much on the defense. But I think with our pitching strengths and then our defense, how they go about their business every day, they're going to have a lot of success, and they're going to keep us in ball games, because really that's all you can ask for, is to have a chance at the end of the game. And defense and pitching is what allows you to do that.
How have you been preparing for this season?
Well, we spent all fall in preparation by we have weights 3 days a week in the early morning, starting at about 6 o'clock. We ended about 8. a lot of our guys make those, consistently, so we get a lot of extra work in there. And then we practice every day that we're not playing in the spring. We'll have batting practice, fielding practice. I think we're going to do a lot of bunting this year, so we put a real emphasis on that. Small ball's made its way back into the game of baseball since the steroid era is over, so we do a lot of bunting and running. We need a more all-around player, so we put a real emphasis on bunting and running and being really aggressive on the base paths.
What are your goals for the first year?
Our goals are the same this year as they were last year, to get into the conference tournament and have some success there and hopefully reach the regional, which is held in Tennessee. That'd be a really cool experience for our guys, young and old, because the young guys will get to experience that early, that success, and then the older guys will get to go out and leave ABAC on top.
What did you do before you came to ABAC?
I was here last year as an assistant coach, and then I spent the prior 4 seasons at Georgia Southwestern State University as a pitcher.
Reporting for the Stallion, that is the new baseball coach, Brandon Reeder, telling us how excited he is for the new upcoming season.
Thanks, Colette. Fresh on the scene, it looks like the new coach is enthusiastic about the upcoming season and is aiming to take regional.
The first game night at Baldwin Library was a success. Here's Savannah Nesfold with what inspired that event.
Today I'm here right in front of the library to talk to you about game night.
Well, we get information from the American Libraries Association. Their journal comes by email, and I was just scrolling down, looking at the article titles, and there was one about game night. So I clicked on it and read the whole thing, and it just sounded like a great idea. And lots of fun.
I thought it was a great idea. I've seen pictures and examples of other libraries doing it. I thought it would be a great way to get people in the library, get them to notice us, and to just have some fun.
Well, we're going to try it through March, and we're going to do it on the 4th Friday of February and March. And if it's still going good, we'll just keep going.
It was actually a really good night, and we would encourage other students, faculty, and staff to come. We would ask that the students that came would encourage other students to come, because we wanted to be successful. And like she said, we're going through March.
There seem to be having a really good time.
And students are always encouraged to bring their own games if they have any.
Or their own snacks. Someone said something about bringing their own snacks. So
after hours, kids are looking for something to do, and why not a game night? Our new vice president for technology is just really enthusiastic about stuff like that. Plus, we, in the middle of the night last summer, I had an idea that we should have little 30-minute concerts in the library, and that went well. And we're hoping to continue those, although we didn't quite make it this month. And then the blog. I've seen other libraries that have blogs, and it's a good way to get information out.
The first game night was successful, and you can expect another one on the 4th Friday of February. Make sure you bring your friends along, too. Savannah Nesfold with Stallion TV.
For more information on the library or game night, you can visit the library's webpage. The next game night will be on the last Friday of this month. Looks like ABAC has a great lineup of upcoming events for this February. On Wednesday, February 11th, the Sweetie Pie Baking Contest will be held in the Ag Science Building at 5:30. Thursday, February 12th, the California Guitar Trio will perform in Howard Auditorium at 7 p.m. Saturday, February 14th, Stallion Day registration begins at 8 a.m. in the Donaldson Dining Hall. Tuesday, February 17th, Stallion Tennis versus Middle Georgia State is in the Red Hill Tennis Center at 2. Thursday, February 19th, the Student Music Recital will be held in the chapel at 4 p.m. Tuesday, February 24th, Philly Softball versus East Georgia State in Phillies Field at 2 p.m. And Friday, February 27th, CAB will be hosting a Black History Month cookout and candlelight vigil in Town Hall at 5 p.m. Thanks for joining us at Stallion TV.
And once again, we'll see you back here in 2 weeks.
Weary and sick